into Focal TV every Tuesday night. Frank who brings a story shining bright. From 8 to 10 we dive in deep and true. The Blackman Story, sharing views with you. Thursdays come and history comes alive. African roots and cultures we revive. Traditions old and wisdom we embrace. On YouTube and Facebook, join us in the space. The Blackman Story, hear the voices rise. Echoes of the past.
That's like a cathedral with a swimming for Sophia Montana.
Every week we learn, we laugh, we grow. Tune in live and let the knowledge flow.
Focal TV, creativity till casket close.
Tune into Focal TV every Tuesday night. Frank who brings a story shining bright. From 8 to 10 we dive in deep and true. The Blackman Story, sharing views with you. Thursdays come and history comes alive. African roots and cultures we revive. Traditions old and wisdom we embrace. On YouTube and Facebook, join us in the space. The Blackman Story, hear the voices rise. Echoes of the past.
That's like a cathedral with a swimming for Sophia Montana.
Every week we learn, we laugh, we grow. Tune in live and let the knowledge flow.
Tito will be can't, Tito will be share. And unti, and at Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16, I say, young country starting for your Panadano, Nayanya, or Homey, and Fat and Maya Cram. About the Blackman Story. So we say it's not on the Blackman Story. I am paying people, your son, echo fat. The question that's important, we are Panadano, they are fossil, not in young Homey, Eddie, America. Let's not see the not to say, and then it is Yadi. There is young one, meaning any from Oziko do Esiama. And then Jimmy Dino, Devin Jackson, and I'm about for Cynthia Poto, Isaac Frimpong, and I presume the Messamino, Airboat reproduction, and I usually at the airboat. We can't miss my bar. We should do it as well.
Focal TV, creativity till casket close.
We say some about Focal TV, so the Tuesday edition of the Blackman Story. And last week, now your name Reverend Samuel Women, Edwin Como Edia marriage, our real home. Now Mobekaya, your Komama or coming from the gospel or the Christian perspective. It's what we say, white wedding here, a maybe before Mamre. And Mama share the previous episode, who say your Komu deep. Ama suffer a church and again. On this particular episode, so Mesaka, when you have them about and say, or no, worry. And you see, because we are learning it, you want people with experience. Oh, worry, how can you share your opinion about something? Obia, if you don't have experience in something, how can you share? Notwithstanding, I don't just say, you can't have an opinion about it. Once they say, you share. It's blessing about what I you can even suggest something. But we on this particular platform, we want people to learn. It's a yes, anybody, you can find anybody at all. So I have my brother here, Ambassador Paul Boachiansa, or no, and then we are share the same marriage topic. The Michelle said, me you will feed me fear. The Beccato said, Focal TV, Focal Radio, a platform where we don't do what other people do. And we don't get the funding that other people get. It's a who are watching and I bet me I donate TV and I support programs like this for us to keep on shooting content like this for you. And don't see for number way 053-020-1675. Now it's me donating a craft now all the time you should get support to shoot content like this for you? Yes, I'm ready. Me ma Paul. Apa, bra, ma. Thank you. Okay, so on the Blackman Story, this is the first time coming on the show.
Yeah.
But you know, in a nutshell, no. Like I say, we went to the soon kakra. Then you move for the power here.
It's a friendly ambassador, Dr. Paul Boachian. We are Global Peace Ambassador. Among the Organization of Justice, Peace and Love, under United Nations. The Council here, the Group CEO of Imperial Union Limited, and the Group CEO of Square Love House.
Alright. So you go straight to your topic. You come marriage, you know, we all know say according to Macmillan dictionaries and all those definitions, they can say marriage is a union between two or more people.
Yes.
But personally, you come marriage, how will you, Ambassador Dr. Paul and Sabwach, how will you define marriage?
First of all, if you say the right thing is to ask whether marriage is a spiritual institution and a physical institution. Marriage, first of all, let pick it because I'm a Christian, I'll pick it from the Christian perspective. When we say marriage, I would say marriage is a union of three people.
Okay.
Not two people.
Why?
Because if you say marriage is a spiritual institution, not a physical institution.
Okay.
To know say something is spiritual or physical, you must find out, first of all, find and instituting that particular thing. And the man either spiritual or physical. Marriage is a spiritual institution because Odumankuma, the supreme being, God, he is the one that instituted marriage.
Okay.
In America say marriage is a union between three people. Three people means that a husband, wife, and God himself.
Okay.
So what I say? Yes.
It's usually say we have so many types of marriage.
Yeah.
The boy almost say you're called traditional, and then almost an engagement.
Yes.
Almost a white wedding, and you know our every religion there has its own way of marriage setup.
Yes.
If you coming from the Christian perspective, and as a Ghanaian descent and as African descent, how should we marry? And as a son, was saying marry.
To me personally, from a Christian perspective, if you say the reason people do the traditional marriage and the reason they do the white marriage, I know there are a lot of issues around this particular topic.
Yeah.
But if you say when you do the traditional marriage, you marry to show the community and your tribe, both houses, both homes, say, this is the union for them to also know each other and to also appreciate, say, okay, say, I come with my family representing the entire tribe of the Ois. So me, I can't worry area. I'm also bringing on board Akans, people from my hometown. It's not just the joinery of the two communities or hometowns. It means their customs is coming together to marry. It's not just bringing me or your own people. We are bringing on board everything, every tribe, every belief, every ideology behind it, just to unify culture. You say, boom, there's no separation between Ewe or Akan. That is what it means. Okay. Mifi said, when we do that, we are honoring ancestry from both Ewe or Akan or whatever tribe there is to come together, irrespective of their differences. One. That is marriage.
Okay, so my question is still the same. Saying, and I was saying, why? Okay, all right.
So if you say there's a misconception about the ideology that has to do with the white wedding and perceptions around it. Me feel say those who do the white wedding, possibly most of them might not know, but to me personally, is to say I've done the traditional marriage, I've done it before my family, I've done it before. Ebusiapenis are the most important people on that day. So we've come together to bring our families together, to know each tribe, to unify each tribe as one people. Then the white wedding, one, it's not for the congregation. It's not even for the people seated there. According to you, according to me, it is not even for the people seated there. The white wedding is supposed to be an oath taken before God, not even the pastor. But the pastor being a vehicle, reading what God has said. Okay. In front of God. That's why you swear whatever thing you are supposed to swear. In front of God, in the house of God.
So, based on what you are saying,
yes.
It's very, very important instrumentals of the white wedding.
So, from a Christian perspective, I'm saying that if you have a white wedding, what it signifies and means. Won't say nowadays
why a white wedding?
What it signifies, I'm trying to draw people's attention to one particular factor. White wedding doesn't mean you are doing it in front of people. That's what it has become nowadays. When you are marrying, the significance of the white wedding is to swear an oath before God, not man. I know it comes with the glamour and things, so people forget. And you are not swearing an oath before your pastor. It's before God.
Okay. Beba, just one minute, you can use Mambra. Na your bar, I think, say, you will come more.
Yes.
Because there is a school of thought.
Yeah.
Say, if you go the traditional way, that is what you call engagement now.
Yes.
That's what dynamic. After engagement, you know, not the next day or probably a few hours later.
Okay.
Saw them one. You've dissolved the period marriage. It's only you can bar.
Okay.
Even also from there.
Night, Frank who brings the story shining bright. From 8 to 10 we dive in deep and true. The Blackman Story, sharing views with you. Thursdays come and history comes alive. African roots and cultures we revive. Traditions old and the wisdom we embrace. On YouTube and Facebook, join us in the space. The Blackman Story, hear the voices rise. Echoes of the past.
Traditionl cathedral we assuming for so be a man.
Every week we learn, we laugh, we grow. Tune in live and let the knowledge flow.
So for the say na America no, you can America church say
Yeah.
There's a school of thought say we worry.
Yeah.
That's a engagement, traditional wedding. Now the few minutes, I'm sorry, the no question about that. We dissolve the engagement and as a traditional marriage. What's your thought on that?
Oh, I don't think it's true. Personally, just from my own point of view, I don't think it's true. Another thing being said, they say, the thing called white wedding. I'm not changing what I'm saying, but it's possible to do a traditional wedding and go and do the blessing in the church as a thanksgiving.
No, there's a difference between blessing
and then the white wedding.
wedding.
I'm aware of that. Okay. But I'm saying you can equally do a traditional marriage and go and do a blessing in the church. That's the reason.
Okay, so the reason why I was asking this question is
Yeah.
you know, on the Blackman Story, we don't only host Christians.
Oh, I understand.
We host all, like, you know, religions and all, like, So we make sure say your picky will be agreeing. So we will pick the Islamic perspective of marriage, other perspective, and there's a school of thought say the Christian religion, the pastors, the men of God, should stay away from marriage because a marriage is a union between two families, and your own family and your Obani family.
Okay.
So if the family heads or the parents exchange whatever they want to exchange, that is marriage. But now pastors are determined when you give it a date that marriage should be arranged as of for nation date. Also, one can this day. All those things are contributing to divorce. That's what I'm asking. Say for you, you think say traditional marriage you can have blessings still in the church. And how do you explain that? What makes you think say it's right?
Oh, so I think first of all, once the union has been done, the reason why, first of all, I spoke about, say, a traditional marriage, and then we move into the church. I explained clearly, say, moving in the church is not in quotes. Let's say we call it white wedding. That's what we call it. I call it swearing an oath before God. Okay. You get it. You get where I'm coming from. Yeah. The same way you do the thanksgiving, you are being prayed for. You swear an oath before God, for God to know that okay, this is the marriage I am blessing. Okay. Not the people around. You understand? So equally, what it means is that the white wedding people are talking about. Let me give you a scenario. You can do the traditional wedding. You want to swear an oath before the Almighty God. After swearing an oath before family and man, you go into the church without a crowd, just the pastor. You swear your oath. You have 1 or 2 witnesses. You are done. According to you. According to you. Do you get what I'm coming from? Yeah. You understand? So there's this thing about white wedding is the crowd. Is this? No, I'm not saying that. The reason, because at the end of the day, when you are doing something, and it's a purpose, a matter, there must be a purpose behind it. The purpose of white wedding, it is when I know before God.
Okay. So, there's a saying, a very popular saying in Tree. Yeah. Almost say, Oko Awaria Bisa. Now, Sao Oko Awaria Bisa, what is a Beneda? And what's your take on that?
So, Oko Awaria Bisa. So, acts of marriage before you get it.
Yeah, before you want to person Oko Awaria, so in Bisa.
So, here's the thing. Not two people are the same. Two people are getting married. They might not be the same. They might share different values, different beliefs. It's good to ask or seek advice from people who are married, especially people who have been married for long and are still together. Even those who are not together, of course, you can. I don't advise that. Okay. I don't advise that whether the person is right or wrong. The reason behind the issue of somebody being together after 40, 50 years is that they've been through thick, they've been through things, they are still together. There must be something, no matter how bad the situation is, that is still binding them for all these years. It's better to get advice from those people than get advice for two people who are equally good and are divorced. Okay? You get where I'm coming from? Yeah. So, I think it's good. You might learn 1 or 2 things. But at the end of the day, I believe, once marriage is a spiritual thing, then there should be a template that when you follow will make your marriage successful. Okay. And this for everybody. Once it's a spiritual thing, from my point of view, then if you follow the spiritual template of marriage, then it will help. Okay, that's it. Okay.
So the reason why I was asking you, what say that statement say, you know, on this particular show, we try to do more research. Yeah. We try to, combine and compile people's opinion and other beliefs and put all together and put it before our guests. Now, almost so much from my found. Yeah. There is a school of thought say, is one of the biggest. A friend is saying question in marriage, or is a statement in marriage because Bisano. Some people they go to that extent of if there is a sickness, there's a family history of Ebia, Krono, and Bibi. If there is maybe there is some kind of anything, maybe health wise, maybe we'll be anymore at certain age it comes up. There are certain way it covers all those angles. That's what I was asking. Say, maybe from the Christian perspective, maybe you might have an maybe as a Christian, I agree to that assertion. And because of ABC, that's what I'm asking.
So I agree with you. I think it's a good thing. And our forefathers used to do that. Our forefathers. Answer or the Bema or say, you go to me a warren. Now with the kind, we should have been the kind as now to go and do research about you, the lady's family or the man's family.
Our label visibility studies.
Yes. Into yes, to find out, like you clearly said, say yeah, there's a disease in the family, maybe yeah, there's sickness in the family, or there's something that their family would not be able to handle. Let me give you a scenario. Time I remember worrying. Make a check my say, this is the lady I want to marry. Now me born lady. Now apparently now my parents no my wife no. Me go for that. It do some time. We and by way okay. It do some time. Me mama friend me because she knew their family and she knew some good things and some flaws, things that were not too good in her family. Me mama she meet now say plus me papa. I catch him and say, do I know this family is ABCD? And I say, yes, I know they are ABCD. Omisa may say, so have you considered it? And I say, yes. I say, are you sure? And I say, yes. And Omisa me, the relation between me, their family, to be sure. Maybe I are lucky because they knew their family. And then make us say they knew the family. I mean, my mother knows her grandparents. She knows their immediate parents. She knows their parents' siblings. Okay. Somebody does not say, yeah, father and mother are son, daddy. She knows their family, only on more grants and under. I didn't even know. So they knew some things I didn't even know. So move the same. And I make a chance say, oh, on TC. And I'm not too much. I say, so beware of it. The road is clear, but beware of A, beware of B, beware of C. And some woman may worry my wife. Okay. So it's very important. Say each family is on their own research. Look at the issue of sickle cell. The controversies, they are checking your genotype and which is very important. Because maybe if two people are getting married, they should know their genotype. To know what comes after marriage.
Do you think it's necessary say, well, check here about me and not be man in what the blood group with genotype? Because I've been showing them in the worry of them check his money now. Because those times our forefathers, there was nothing like any system to check all those things. But they were getting married.
You see, let's be clear on one thing. Who say you can't our forefathers. You see, our forefathers knew things that we are doing and we are modernizing it now. The issue of sickle cell is the same thing of the parents now going to research. No more serious research into the lady's family. You can't just stand up and say, oh, my worry will be. You may be out those times. If you're there now, what's the name of your family? In the answer, once our parents now they have gone to do their research. Their family, most of families do to say, if you are this family, farmers. If you are this family, native doctors.
Yeah.
Before they will let their daughter come and marry. The same with the sickle cell, the disease thing I can't. If you are that normally say sickle cell, but when you say age way, family way, or do age of 40, something happens to them.
Okay.
So our forefathers were equally aware of some of these diseases and things. If you are saying I am modernization and then gadgets, say genotype and all those things, but our forefathers had a way of finding out these things.
Okay, just one minute, we can go to Mambra. The banner you told me this not going to
Focal TV, creativity till casket close.
We said at the back, the Tuesday edition of the Blackman Story. So we're discussing about marriage. Now, after the discussion, maybe we see some interesting facts about account for our the amount. We shall say, the reason how I been kunu any or and then there is a security in the bedroom too. It was only Ambassador Dr. Paul and Sabacho Asia or church or no Nisi on experience in marriage, you know. How are on Ambassador Yansha you? In marriage, there are certain researchers, numerologists. I almost say you can't just marry. They combine your zodiac signs, your elements. Check it, your month and your day born, like Monday, Tuesday, whatever, and they do pairing. They do go to the extent of your birth pattern, or your first born, or your second born, and all those things. I must say it's very, very significant and it plays a role in marriage. Okay.
I'm not saying what they are doing is wrong or right. I'm not saying this. I can give my point of view on that. To some extent, I think it's good. To some extent. Say, for instance, so we call counseling during marriage. Ombeka say there's something we call personality traits. Whether you are choleric, you are phlegmatic, you are a sanguine, or you are melancholic. It's the same thing. You have to know whether the person is a strong choleric or the person is a phlegmatic. Imagine connecting a choleric, somebody that is or a shishi or a go-getter, like to the extent that sometimes, so to me and your man, they don't even pay attention to whether they are hurting people or not. A typical choleric marrying a phlegmatic who is down or you're slow, you know, or you're slow. There are some things that maybe are on here and all that. So if you are pairing, like let's say a choleric or a phlegmatic, or a choleric and a melancholic who is always quiet, or no and or such a person, then you must know the personality traits. Maybe I say this, then if I can't handle it, I won't go forward. If you say I can handle it, I'll move forward. Let me say one thing before I continue. We will say our realm is more than just the beauty. Okay. Say people know who you are and our shape, and unfortunately, that's what's happening in this age. Because me just say, yeah, get away your shape or your taste, and I don't know, she's being nice and all that.
This is all for I was at
yeah.
Based on what you are saying,
yes, exactly.
Based on what you are saying, say, worry, yeah, and I will marry an ugly person.
So, would I marry an ugly person? This is the answer I'll give. It depends.
Okay, well, that's also with your way.
It depends on the purpose
you
can't the person knows that. No, maybe because my wife, my share, I'm fine with my wife.
Oh, you know, yes.
Yes, yeah, Daniel.
But maybe it's not by the Damias yourself.
Yes.
Because if I look at your wife and you're telling me someone found one fan, it's a lie.
No. Men Kasa. You know, I was always prepared to marry anybody, whether older or even crippled. My wife better show. If my wife is a fool, I'm going better.
Okay.
So that's my mindset. Now, my purpose. I was looking for a godlike person. In the sense that Obia, Osugo Nyami, not a church goer. And you're not America.
Okay.
Not a church goer. That's the mistake most marriages do. Because who just say Obia also Nyami is the person who's always in church. Obia, what type of people? Opera, sorry, the view. That's a church goer. Obia also Nyami is somebody that when you mention the tenets of God, the person goes by it. Or living lifestyle, and you say, the person is good in church, or if you are not in anybody that when you play the word card, the person will listen. That is a God-like person. I always had that in mind. Okay. So whether my wife, when you see me,
okay,
do you understand? Yeah. Otherwise, I would have said, oh, I should marry my age kind of person.
Okay.
What you say?
Okay.
And now, before I even got married for so many years, now my wife, we have gone out. So I knew her not just as a wife now, I knew her as a friend then. Okay. So I knew a lot of things. Can you imagine saying my wife was a medical doctor? Before she went to medical school, now no more. Okay. Do you understand? So there are deeper things, and I say this to the glory of God because luckily for me, I believe I had the right tenets and I had the right people who could teach me certain things to look out for.
Okay, so Okasa not say to some extent you some people who believe say you have to check your zodiac sign.
To some extent, yeah. It's very
so
important.
what, to which extent? Now they are right, and to which extent you
And America, so that's what I was trying to explain. To say that zodiac sign, imagine say won't share zodiac sign or anything, or you even check the person's personality traits and all that, and then you just get married. It's going to be a disaster.
Are you sure?
I'm telling you. Most marriages now are suffering. Most divorces. Obi America. Most divorces are suffering because a little issue. I say I worry. Some of them, when you hear them, you will be surprised. I'm telling you. Can you believe say Obi they've divorced because of salt? Salt identity. You won't believe it. But a serious thing that is ongoing right now. I'm telling you. What you here? Just because the person may be a melancholy will be a choleric or penioma samui, also penioma samui. But if you can't come to the tenets of saying, okay, you are a choleric, I'm also a sanguine. Zodiac sign, we are say, we are Leo, and now we are and I do things this way, you do things this way. Then you discuss it way before marriage. When they are before marriage, wouldn't you say, you are this, me too, I'm that. I agree, these are my beliefs. This is your beliefs. Okay, I don't believe in what you believe. But when it comes there, to that junction, what do we do? These things need to be discussed. So it's very important to know. Very important to know.
To which extent now you don't.
So Mecca and but for now, it's very important to know the person's personality trait so that you know how to do certain.
So for I don't know anything about personality traits. I don't know anything about genotype, blood group, whatever. The partner also the same thing. Yet you're crossing. We love each other.
Okay. Rural. Okay, great.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is that people always, as much as share, there's a manual, a commandment about marriage that you have to follow for you to get a proper marriage. That's why I'm asking this question.
If I remember, those who don't know what a personality trait or whatever is, I'll just give you one thing. What do you believe in? Okay. What do you believe in? What do you believe in?
Imagine probably your unbelievers, sorry.
No problem. What do you believe in? Belief doesn't mean we will sorry and no, that's not the kind of belief I'm talking about. Okay. What do you believe in? Do you believe in say I have to work hard and get money, or I have to cut corners and get money? That's the kind of belief system I'm talking about. In general, not even religion. Because there's a Christian that can marry a Muslim, and there's a Muslim that cannot marry a Christian, or vice versa. It's a belief system. Do you believe that Miyabema, Mujari Anapa, and Numeransa and Namida? Same way, there are people that divorce over this.
I'm about to learn just a warrior, and I don't say Gary.
Then won't the American.
No, the mission be this.
So if the woman is okay, they even have women that don't bath at night. No matter. If you are a man and you can handle it, why not? And they are warrior, okay. Because we believe this after you found out the belief system of both partners, then you come to another thing, which is called adaptation. How do you adapt with each partner? Adapting is not about you, your interest. What it means is that partner, if you can't take your partner, to what extent? And now to what extent can you take your partner? That becomes the red line, which I wouldn't say Mumina. And all of you know, it's not you alone saying that I have to adapt, I have to do this. Your partner has to know to what extent. Me, as I'm wife, me catch my wife play. Me yes, me can't crowd best. You understand? To what extent I let her know. Charlie, you try line with so I deal with me, I deal with you do her meet me.
But what if by now the ring they show yeah.
And America said you have to do your proper research. Say this is the person you are going to marry. You know, because before marriage, America will be wrong. Before marriage, Obia show 70% of their representative.
Characteristics media. I say so.
Maybe 70% of their representative. That's not them. Osho say oh no you good. Say aware no be. It Osho say oh you good. Oh mami people ha we mami you aware ana wasisa. But there are some red cards. I'm telling you, almost every marriage, Obia, only Oba,
what you are saying is
there are some red cards.
Statistically proven.
I tell you.
I'm one of the few people around. If I meet you and I want to be with you can't trust me. I put you. I don't like surprises. It's not just me.
Maybe catch me why I said maybe best surprises. Maybe best surprises. I catch me somebody has said, and that is one of their workers is here. That is what I'm talking about. That people don't want to do. They float in the love bubble, forget about everything, do the white wedding. Me say time I'm worried. I know about 4 marriages that have been around the same time. Within the first year.
They are still standing.
I'm still standing. All because there were some things that I was taught.
Okay.
I'm missing here and I held on to it. Yes, I'm missing me practice it.
A huge mama. So we are woman I've been coming home right. Your back there's your for a transfer never be for this particular episode. Yeah. Then we meet another time because this topic will be Traditionl till December.
No problem.
Because we are now going to go into other Reverend Awunoye, man of God, who as a Christian coming from the same the other denominations for share. I mean with the churches, Jehovah's Witnesses for it's a very big topic that we want to discuss because the rate at which Ghana Statistical Agency for the divorce record by and Cecilia new by a side check. And it's dominating because of marriages now and yes. We should have met now, sir. That man who are not who we are, they got legal wife and one way. It's a was a way to Three, 2, 1, action. It was for some about the Blackman Story. So now and then you see the year. I mean, so Obi share. Young guy, young girl, of the worry. He or she's on the verge of getting married. But until someone get quite confused, this is our boys are anything. What is one advice that you give to the person? Or share
the advice I remember any young boy or girl or man or woman and I will be a person or worry or is in a relationship that all when you say is going to head towards marriage you say our real and it's not don't try to get married in a haste men bring worry because our real a lifelong journey men bring worry. So be better to say get married, pressure, many years because after you get married, there will no partner in your answer. And once you get married, your entire life is necessary. Once our children baby, everything about you will change to affect every single thing. Our union now, good rema, you come out. I say, we come market. Now who they say we're exchanging hand for hand. Now the hand are going to be good. Any our rent is our rent you remember you say this is lifelong, your whole life. This is the best thing I'm going to stay with. Until men grow don't worry. Take your time, get the right information. Why shall we be self-independent? Now share 1 or 2 things. One answer. Don't let your emotions override you. Because trust me, say what worry you from experience, who worry you a good time. At the end of friend or don't and get it back. Okay. It will go off. You must have something that can sustain the marriage after the love phase has disappeared. Until who gives that then it's where you are. From the beginning, I will be worrying, Russia, you are bound to fail in marriage.
Ambassador Paul, better was say. Na you can see my your bar.
Talker TV. Creativity till casket close.
It was the first time I heard about the Blackman Story. So, yeah, the name Ambassador Dr. Paul and Sabwa Children Como. Now, next week, the best friend asked me, now you're doing support, now you're seeing idea, or no, worry and already so many secrets. We are very smart. Waiting, I pick you and so it's me every film. Now, Michelle say, your coba, no, I probably the mamma. You see, the word ekunu any a year taking I say growing up, so we couldn't even when we're growing up, no, get your body to so you know that you are crying. But the word ekunu and the word a year, no, I found a able free. And no, and never bet sure that you get junior 18 ADC. You're back in the account setting, and I say account for my they have a ritual, they are not on yet. That is the final ritual. Omumiyesa ritual now. Now, Bermano any Obano, they now have the title. If you are in the account communities, then account setting the olden days, say it was your form initial, no more exchange all the necessary diaries and all those things. We are about trying to our way. And then no, on my way, you know. You can't call Obano a Yere, and you can't call Berman a Kunu until some my final ritual. And this is the ritual. Every village be a river and a stream around the village. It's my ceremony you are much Chenyamano, with Berman in Yama Brel Bano, ceremony in the then they march them. Obani Busia 4, or Berman Busia 4. Na yede entuma abo bema no in the olden days on friend the time yede be chiche bema ti say jakoto no na yede a chiche bema no na oba ne so yede entuma abo ni na omumie no mugina ensuo na no eto mugina ensuo na no a omo gi aware no the two families no mugina mugi aware no obeso oba ne zero na ma bema no na on the money we are this was going to happen. The Bema Bemano, a kuntu ho. Na Obano, Asha the chi. The Tosin the chia, and the Sabbath funny motor means not the Asha the say. So said that they can share you. 80 Okuntu wa. Na Obano Ayre. Then, Omudino, Esi, River and stream now say. On court, not on the other side of the river. And I stream. That is the final ritual. Now, the time when you say, "Oh, Berman, Berman, you kuntu, we bully tears," and I say, "What the metia form? It's Omunemi. Obano shed a chin on Omun and me. It's all not chance say, Faha. It's your set, Cassandra Cassay. If husband is the head of the family, then women are the neck. What's that here? It's traditional narration on what you say. Bermano, a city just now, or Tietia is Unimono. Amamuno, Bermano, you are the man of the family. Who is Jumadini now, waiting now for the war. Can someone not take running easy? No, besides to so which. The ritual of Sir Bermano, a kuntu, and a man be your kum. And Obano, Jena, what you removed the dinner on any air corner of Faha. Aha nye faha biebisiano that qualifies her to be yere. And before somebody be or yere no, obi otime yere you kuni ye, otime support no. Therefore they say to moto so say what otie chie no. If you're not able to grab or hold the rider wall I wait for, that is the whole ritual in the olden days na ye na no one of the interesting facts about the Blackman Story comes to the account setting. Now, sadly, we don't do the end of the river not stream now. Then they have the title Ukunu and the Oyeri. And say, oh, yes, sadly, we are. You know what happens? In terms of our renewal, our trials, more problem at all. They remember say, But look at this river, look at this stream. Everyone won't like better go tia bibi so. Never know what about go barefoot in the betia river the more apa to the end. It's a problem then remember we are here. Both of you as married couple, husband and wife, move to me elsewhere. And you see, these are some of the things that our forefathers were doing now. Now today we are not doing a mad divorce that is happy. Meaning from goes to this year, aha, and everybody can do it this year. But I say Ambassador Dr. Paul and Sabuachi, it's in a passing through. Now over share the knowledge with us. Next week, there's something that's massive. And I may share next week, I raise a partner or no, and I suffer a woman. Then we judge and see how debate in this year. Any advice, any question, any suggestion, you can put it on this particular platform. Bye bye.